Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of US state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into a coin that might just be sitting quietly in your pocket change or tucked away in an old coin jar, but it could be worth more than you ever imagined. We're talking about the United States of America Kentucky State Quarter from 2001. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter, but some of these coins hold secrets that could make your jaw drop. So stay tuned, because you don't want to miss the details that could turn your ordinary-looking quarter into a once-in-a-lifetime find. The Kentucky Quarter was released in 2001 as part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program. This coin represents the 15th state to join the Union and celebrates Kentucky's rich cultural heritage. On the reverse, it proudly features Federal Hill, better known as the inspiration for my old Kentucky home, along with a majestic thoroughbred horse standing behind a traditional wooden fence. It's a beautiful tribute to Kentucky's history, famous horse farms, and deep-rooted traditions. On the obverse, you'll find a classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, just like all the quarters in this series. But what really gets collectors excited about this coin isn't just its design. It's the rare errors and unique minting quirks that make certain versions incredibly valuable. Most Kentucky quarters are common, yes, but a small number were struck with remarkable mistakes that make them true collector's items. And if you know what to look for, you could uncover a quarter worth far more than 25 cents. Now let's talk about those key errors. First, there's the off-center strike. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, and the design appears shifted or missing part of the image. Some Kentucky quarters have off-center errors so extreme that the horse is only half visible or the words are off the rim. That alone can turn a standard coin into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Another rare error is the double die. This is when the coin's design appears to be doubled, creating a shadow-like effect on the text or images. Look closely at the words Kentucky or E pluribus unum under magnification. If the letters appear doubled, you could be holding a rare variety. And then there's the most famous and valuable kind, the mule error. Though not confirmed on the Kentucky quarter yet, mule errors involve mismatched dies, like a quarter with the back of one state and the front of another. These are incredibly rare and can sell for staggering prices at auction. Collectors love the thrill of the hunt, and Kentucky quarters with known or even rumored errors generate tons of excitement in the numismatic community. Condition also plays a massive role in value. Coins that have been circulated and show where might be worth only face value, but those in uncirculated or mint state condition are a different story. Especially if the coin has been graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC and received a high rating, like MS 67 or higher. That coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on demand, rarity, and of course, those precious errors. Now here's where it gets really exciting. One extremely rare and pristine Kentucky quarter from 2001, believed to contain a highly unusual and valuable mint error, has been reported in collector circles as being valued at a jaw-dropping $84,000. Yes, you heard that right. 84,000 United States dollars for a single quarter that most people wouldn't think twice about. That's why this coin has become the stuff of legend among collectors. It's not just about the age or the design. It's about condition, rarity, and those almost mythical minting mistakes that turn everyday change into a jackpot. So if you're someone who loves coins or just enjoys the idea of hidden treasures, check your coin jars, dig through your old collections, or even glance at your spare change. Who knows? That little Kentucky quarter could be your ticket to an incredible find. Top 2, we're uncovering one of the hidden treasures of American currency, the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter. It's one of the most beautiful coins in the entire 50 State Quarters series, but it's also one of the most mysterious when it comes to value. Some of these coins, under the right conditions, have been reported to fetch massive amounts in the collector's market. So before you toss your change aside, listen closely. You might be holding a treasure worth far more than you ever imagined. Now, let's talk about the Mississippi State Quarter itself. Released in 2002, this coin was the 20th release in the 50-state quarters program. Mississippi chose a stunning design that features two blooming magnolia flowers, the state flower of Mississippi, often referred to as the Magnolia State. The blossoms are detailed and elegant, capturing the grace of the deep South. Above them, the words "the Magnolia State" are proudly engraved, surrounded by beautiful arches of text and a polished finish on the front. Like all state quarters, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, an image we've seen 1,000 times. But not all of these quarters are created equal. In fact, some Mississippi quarters have been discovered with striking minting errors, making them highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. What makes this coin so special? It's all about the errors and condition. While most quarters are struck flawlessly and go into circulation without issue, a very small number escape the mint with mistakes. And these errors, when rare enough, can send the coin's value soaring. One of the most desirable errors is the double die. This happens during the minting process when the die strikes the coin more than once slightly off alignment, creating a doubled image. If you look closely and see any doubling on the lettering, particularly on words like Mississippi, E pluribus unum, or even around the edges of the magnolia flowers, you might have a rare variety on your hands. Another extremely rare type of error is the off-center strike. These coins are minted with the image misaligned, so the design appears shifted or partially missing. In the right condition, an off-center Mississippi quarter could be worth a significant amount. These aren't your average quarters, and seasoned collectors keep a sharp eye out for them. Then there are the die cracks, thin raised lines that appear across the coin's surface, caused by aging or damaged dies. While minor cracks are common, dramatic or misplaced ones can be highly collectible, especially if they affect major parts of the design. But wait, it's not just about errors. Even a regular 2002 Mississippi quarter can be worth more than face value if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have never been handled, kept in airtight holders, and professionally graded by top services like PCGS or NGC can be extremely valuable. The highest grades, such as MS 68 or higher, are very rare and can command strong prices on the open market. Collectors are always on the lookout for state quarters with the perfect mix of rarity, condition, and uniqueness. The Mississippi quarter, with its iconic floral design and the possibility of rare errors, fits that bill perfectly. Many coin enthusiasts say it's one of the most underrated state quarters in the entire series. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the big value reveal. Among the Mississippi quarters minted in 2002, there is one extremely rare example, believed to feature a unique combination of a high-grade uncirculated finish and a dramatic minting error. This single coin has caught the attention of serious collectors, and it has been reported to be worth as much as $80,000. Yes, you heard that right. 80,000 United States dollars for one quarter. That's why collectors all across the country are going through their old coin jars, searching through rolls of change, and checking every Mississippi quarter they come across. Because while most are worth just 25 cents, there's always that chance, however small, that you might discover a true rarity. The next time you get change at the store or clean out your desk drawer, don't overlook the quarters, especially the ones from 2002. Take a close look at the magnolia flowers, inspect the lettering, and pay attention to the details. Your ordinary-looking coin might be far more valuable than it seems. Top 3. We're uncovering the mystery behind one of the most overlooked yet surprisingly valuable coins in U.S. history, the Massachusetts State Quarter from the year 2000. It's more than just spare change. For some collectors, it's a golden opportunity. Released as part of the 50 State Quarters program, the Massachusetts Quarter marked the 6th official coin in the series. It was the first state featured in the year 2000, and its design proudly reflects the spirit of American independence. On the reverse, you'll see an outline of the state itself and the legendary Minuteman statue standing tall, symbolizing the citizen soldiers who played a pivotal role in the American Revolution. The words "the Bay State" are elegantly etched alongside. It's a coin that tells a story of bravery, patriotism, and the founding of a nation. But here's what makes things interesting. While most Massachusetts quarters are common and worth just 25 cents, some rare versions of this coin have become incredibly valuable. thanks to unique minting errors and pristine conditions that make collectors go absolutely wild. One of the most sought-after versions includes the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck twice with slight misalignment, causing letters or details to appear doubled. You may notice this especially on the words Massachusetts, the Bay State, or in the outline of the Minuteman figure. These doubling effects are subtle but extremely valuable when verified. Another rarity is the off-center strike. That's when the coin is struck unevenly, leaving part of the design missing or pushed to the side. These coins can be visually stunning and highly collectible, especially if the date and major details are still visible. Some even rarer versions include clipped planchets, where part of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeed during minting. Others feature die cracks, raised lines caused by a damaged die that show up across the coin's surface like tiny veins. While small die cracks are relatively common, large or unusual ones can make the coin stand out and raise its value significantly. Now let's talk about condition. Even if your coin has no visible errors, its grade could still make it valuable. Coins that have never been circulated, meaning they've never been used in everyday transactions, are far more desirable. A coin in mint state, especially one graded MS 67 or higher by a professional grading service, can sell for hundreds or even thousands depending on the market. Combine that with a rare error, and you're looking at a truly valuable piece. Collectors are especially drawn to the Massachusetts quarter not just for its design, but for its historical symbolism. The Minuteman, the birthplace of the American Revolution, and the proud legacy of the Bay State give this coin a special place in the hearts of patriots and numismatists alike. And because it was released early in the 50-state quarters program, it had high mintage, but not all coins were struck equally. Some rare errors were created, and a few were preserved in flawless condition. Over the years, certain rare Massachusetts quarters have surfaced with a combination of double die errors and perfect mint condition. These are the types of coins that create bidding wars at auctions, with collectors eager to own a piece of minting history. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among the rarest known examples of the 2000 Massachusetts state quarter, one in perfect uncirculated condition, paired with a striking mint error, has been reported to sell for as much as $78,000. Yes, you heard correctly. 78,000 United States dollars for one single quarter. That's the kind of discovery that changes how you look at your spare change forever. So the next time you're sorting through coins in your drawer, pocket, or piggy bank, keep an eye out for the Massachusetts quarter from the year 2000. Look closely at the lettering, the Minuteman, and the coin's edges. You never know, you might just be holding a rare and valuable piece of American history. Top 4. What if the next coin you flip to make a decision is actually worth a small fortune? That's not just a wild dream. It could be your reality if you're holding a rare 2005 Oregon State quarter. This isn't just pocket change. It's a hidden gem waiting to be discovered, and it could be sitting in your coin jar, forgotten and overlooked. But not for long. Let's journey into the world of one of the most beautifully designed and surprisingly valuable coins in the entire 50-state quarter series. The Oregon quarter, released in 2005, honors the stunning natural beauty of the Pacific Northwest. On its reverse side, it proudly features Crater Lake National Park, with its deep blue water surrounded by evergreen trees and the rim of an ancient volcanic caldera. The scene is peaceful, majestic, and deeply symbolic of Oregon's wild spirit. The words Crater Lake sit beneath the artwork, along with the year of statehood, 1859. Now, on the front, you'll find the classic image of George Washington, just like on every quarter in the series. But as any coin lover knows, it's not just about what you can see. It's also about what went wrong during the minting process. And in the case of the Oregon State quarter, those minting mistakes have made a few rare versions extremely valuable. Let's talk errors, the magic words that coin collectors love to hear. The most eye-catching error found on some Oregon quarters is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing a shadow effect, most noticeable on the lettering or the finer details in the Crater Lake design. If you see doubling on the words Crater Lake, Oregon, or even on the trees and lake edges, don't ignore it. You could be holding a very special coin. Next, we have off-center strikes. This error occurs when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be pushed off the edge. The result is a quarter with a dramatic look, sometimes missing entire parts of the scene or lettering. The more off-center the design, while still showing the full date and state name, the more valuable the coin becomes. But there's more: die breaks and cuts. These are raised metal blobs or cracks that appear when a piece of the die breaks off. On the Oregon quarter, they sometimes show up near the edge of the lake or in the trees, making for an obvious and exciting error that collectors love to find out. Of course, even without an error, condition matters. Coins in uncirculated condition, those that have never seen a cash register or a vending machine, are far more desirable. If you happen to have one that's been professionally graded and certified as MS 67 or higher, you're already holding something special. But pair that high grade with a minting error? Now we're talking serious value. The Oregon State Quarter has flown under the radar for many collectors. It's often admired for its scenery, but not everyone knows just how valuable the right version of this coin can be. That's why it's such a thrill for collectors, because the rarest and most valuable finds are the ones you least expect. And here's the part you've been waiting for. Among the rarest known examples of the 2005 Oregon Quarter, featuring an extraordinary minting error combined with a pristine uncirculated grade, one single coin has been valued at an incredible $76,000. Yes, you heard that right. 76,000 United States dollars for a single quarter. The next time you check your spare change, don't just look for age. Look for detail. Study the lettering. Examine the artwork. Check for signs of doubling, misalignment, cracks, or anything that seems just a little different. That tiny difference might be the thing that turns your 25-cent coin into a life-changing discovery. Top 5. Have you ever looked at a coin and thought, it's just a quarter? Well, today, you might want to take a second look, because one particular United States quarter from 2004 could be worth far more than its face value. In fact, it might be worth more than a brand new luxury car. That's right. We're talking about the Wisconsin State Quarter, a coin that appears ordinary but could secretly be one of the most valuable state quarters ever made. Now, let's set the scene. In 2004, as part of the 50 State Quarters program, the U.S. Mint released a design to honor the dairy-loving, agriculture-rich state of Wisconsin. The reverse of the coin features a cow, a wheel of cheese, and an ear of corn, symbols that perfectly capture the state's farming heritage. It's bold, simple, and iconic. The design is charming. But for collectors, this coin is more than just cute farm imagery. It's the small detail on the corn that turned this coin into a numismatic legend. While millions of Wisconsin quarters were minted and entered circulation, a very limited number of them were struck with something extra, literally. Right above the ear of corn, you'll find a leaf. On most coins, there's just one. But on a small batch of these quarters, there's an additional leaf. And not just one type. There are two major varieties of this error. One has an extra high leaf, and the other has an extra low leaf curling out beneath the corn. These aren't design choices, they're minting errors. And they've sparked one of the most exciting treasure hunts in modern coin collecting. The mystery around how these extra leaves ended up on the coins still lingers. Some believe it was an intentional prank or experiment at the mint. Others say it was a die clash or modification gone unnoticed. Whatever the cause, these extra leaf errors are now legendary and highly valuable. Here's what makes it even more interesting. These error coins were discovered in rolls of quarters coming out of Wisconsin, Arizona, and surrounding areas shortly after the coin's release. But their numbers were extremely limited. And since many people didn't check for variations back then, some of these rare coins could still be floating around in everyday circulation. That means your next trip to the store or your next handful of change could hold one of these rare varieties. Collectors have gone wild for the high leaf and low leaf varieties. The coins have been submitted for grading, certified by top-tier services, and sold for jaw-dropping prices at auction, especially in mint state condition. If you happen to have one that hasn't been circulated, or even better, one that's been professionally graded MS 65 or above, you're looking at serious value. But it's not just about the extra leaf. Some Wisconsin quarters also show signs of die cracks or rim doubling, which makes them even more desirable to hardcore collectors. When rarity, mystery, and error combine in one coin, it becomes a numismatic masterpiece. So, what should you do? Check every Wisconsin quarter you come across. Look carefully at the corn. Is there one leaf? Or is there a second, suspiciously placed leaf curling out to the side or rising above the first? If so, you might just be holding something incredibly rare. And now, for the big reveal. Among the rarest known examples of the 2004 Wisconsin State Quarter, featuring the extra high leaf error, preserved in uncirculated, high-grade condition, one single coin has been valued at an unbelievable $73,000. Yes, you heard that right. 73,000 United States dollars for a single quarter. That's why this coin continues to be one of the most exciting discoveries in modern U.S. coin history. It's a reminder that hidden treasures can be found in the most ordinary places, even in your pocket. So don't ignore your change. Don't overlook the details. And never assume a coin is just a coin. Thanks for watching. If you love learning about rare coins, valuable errors, and the thrill of the hunt, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next hidden gem. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and may your next quarter be the one worth thousands.